When it all started, I wasn't any different than you. Stuck at home, so you have to become a killer. Black Friday was the end. You're protected, but you're not. You played your part, and I'm coming.
Long enough to finish them before they finish you. So the gloves, the knee pads, and the holster all basically look the same. And as you can see, I'm running weapon handling on all of them. And I'm mostly doing that so that I can bring down my reload speeds, which from empty to full is about 2.6 seconds. So remember, with this shotgun, you don't have to wait until you're empty to reload. And there's a bonus armor incentive to constantly reload, which you basically have to do anyways, so it feels very natural. That reminds me, let's jump back to that conversation we were having on the comparison between the Super 90 and the Scorpio shotgun. So on paper, in the side-by-side comparison between the Super 90 and the Scorpio, these two shotguns are very comparable. However, that difference in rate of fire when you're that close to the enemy makes a world of difference. I have a feeling most of you are going to think I'm just flat out crazy. If you do, I wonder, have you actually tried the Super 90? Because I'll just come out and say it, I was sold the day it was put in my hands. The base damage is so high, and with that RPM, you have a lot of flexibility to do other things with your build, like add some survivability. Okay, so I'll get off my soapbox. You're just gonna have to watch the gameplay and hopefully try out the Super 90 for yourself. But I must warn you, once you do, you might not go back to the Scorpio. So I slipped in the Tsunami shotgun here. It comes with perfect pummel. I'll let you read that. I gotta say, I don't like it. I have 45% weapon handling, remember? And this thing is all over the place. Okay, for the backpack, I'm running the Memento. It's just a good backpack for running gun builds, but I'm so close to the enemy, it's really easy to take advantage of those trophies. And there's short-term buffs as well as long-term buffs. So the footage here has the reanimated event turned on, so notice that. And those green clouds of smoke are giving me some sort of damage buff. But I wanted you guys to see this stuff because this is a great build for this event. Pair it up. Speaking of global events, make sure you're playing reanimated because it gives you those red stars that we talked about in this other video. And those are the key to getting unlimited DZ exclusive gear without ever going into the DZ. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this video. Without trying to go fast or break any records, I'm clearing out these control points in about 5 or 6 minutes. That's purely because I'm meeting the enemy head on. Okay, here's a quick peek at the stats. There's not much to look at because this build is based off of raw weapon damage and the talents that aren't really showing up here in the stats page. However, you should notice I got pretty high weapon handling. That's helping my reload speed. Over 250,000 armor on kill. And remember, the more armor you have, the more bonus armor you get from that protected reload. And I almost have 50% protection from elites. 10% of that is coming from the specialization. Okay, so the sky's the limit for your secondary weapon, but I'd beg you to try out the Sweet Dreams because you can just eliminate a non-elite enemy in one swipe and get that armor on kill super easy. Okay, but I did say I was going to show you some variations. So I dropped the Memento backpack and added this one instead so that I can use Adrenaline Rush. And for the chest piece, I'm going with Intimidate. So this build's gonna have a little bit more raw weapon damage, but I'm not gonna get those buffs from the Memento, so it should be really comparable. So I'm just gonna add a quick comment here that with Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush, it was really hard to tell the difference in my power from the other version of the build. Mostly because I was constantly taking advantage of those short-term buffs from Memento. It's not bad, but for me, the Memento has more advantages. However, it might work for you. This is my playstyle. But with this build, it's go, go, go. You gotta get in close. You gotta be in the danger zone. If you stop, you die. And that makes those riot foam dudes your worst enemy. So here I'm running the same build, except I have Unbreakable on the chest with a little bit more weapon damage, and I'm still using Memento, and I must say, check it out now.